Hey parents, what if there was nothing stopping you from becoming abundant to the max in all things? Finances, time, nothing was holding you back from becoming your healthiest, happiest, most financially abundant self yet, and sharing these tools with your kids. Thanks to our annual and monthly Angel members, we've been able to grant over $100,000 in partial scholarships so that souls who want access to life-changing teachings in the Angel membership have that opportunity. And every membership comes with teachings specifically for kids. Don't let your egoic mind tell you you're not worthy, because the angels and I are here telling you you are worthy. This is your year, but I can't help you get where you're going if I'm not working with you in one of my programs. Become an Angel member now. Go to theangelmedium.com, then the Angel membership tab to sign up today. If you need a scholarship, let us help you. Scroll to the bottom of the Angel membership page and click the link for partial scholarship options. Details are in the show notes. And thank you. Thank you for coming together as a community. Thank you for contributing what you can each month. And thank you for helping us to reach hundreds of souls with life-changing teachings in the membership this year. This is going to be your best year yet. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Intuitive Kids podcast. Today, we're here with book author Britney Lee, and she has written a new book, which I'm so excited for her to share about today because it's called Good Night Body, but it's an illustration book, but it's great for kids of all ages because it's teaching us how to tune in to the energy of the physical body and just know where your emotions are at, know where you are at. So Britney, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I have been so looking forward to this.
Yay! Well, thank you for being here. I'm going to have you talk to kids. So it's kids who listen to this podcast, and the parents just so happen to be there too. But really, we're talking to kids about 8 to 14, maybe some younger, maybe some older. For kids who don't know how to tune in to their physical body, where would you have them start? Or what would you have them know?
That's such a great question, and a question that I have had both kids and their grown-ups ask me at different points. And one of the ways that we started with, first I want to say hi to all the kids. Hello. And one of the ways, so I have a little 7-year-old boy who feels a lot of big feelings. He is a lot like me, but everything that I feel on the inside, he expresses on the outside. And so we have talked a whole lot about intuiting what's going on in our bodies and checking in, tuning in. That's some language that we use a lot is, okay, tune in. And specifically, when we're done with a meal, like we're done with supper or something like that, I'll say, are you full? Are you done with supper? And oh yeah, because he's busy, he's on to something else. And I'll say, well, tune in, see, and he'll close his eyes and he'll sort of check in, and then he'll go, oh wait, I'm still hungry, or yep, no, I'm full, or something like that. And so just the idea, a lot of times it helps when you're tuning into your body to close your eyes and just imagine, okay, what is my body telling me right now? What are the sensations that I'm feeling? What are the feelings that I'm feeling? What's the information that's being given to me? And so we'll start with that. And then Good Night Body is really a body scan, which I think is such a wonderful way to tune into our bodies, because we get so busy and we don't know what our bodies are trying to tell us until we calm down and really focus on different parts of the body. And so a body scan, specifically Good Night Body, it takes us from our heads to our toes, and it focuses a little at a time on just isolating our thoughts about one part of the body. We might say, okay, fingers, what are you telling me? And when we say that, we're asking, do they feel tight? Do they feel loose? Do they feel warm? Do they feel cold? Do they feel tired? Do they feel energetic? Do they have the jitters, and are they trying to get calm? And so that's what we mean by tuning into our body. And we don't always do that naturally out in the world. And so taking some time to just go inward a little bit really helps.
That's huge. Okay, so I developed a vocal disorder. My coaches call me a vocal athlete because I talk so much. And it took me on this process of understanding more of this work that you're talking about right here, because I think that we can be very intuitive within the mind and the consciousness that talks to us within our own internal dialogue. But as I started to do this work, Spirit said there's also a consciousness within the physical body itself. And what I teach kids and adults is that there's two forms of mind consciousness that we have. There's the egoic mind that chatters away all day long. And then there is the intuitive mind that's calm and peaceful and just brings in things from our heart very softly. And what you're talking about is the same within the physical body. There is an egoic mind energy within the physical body that just wants to feed you that stress or that overwhelm. And it's really a protective mechanism to kind of keep you safe and secure, but it's your body's way of actually saying to you, I don't feel safe and secure right now. So this leads me to my question. I felt that one day I don't feel safe and secure in my body right now. I feel overwhelmed. It wasn't because like something big was happening. It was just because I had to go do a lot of work and my body felt overwhelmed. And my intuition, I heard, just go take a walk. Just go take a walk outside. Go take 5 minutes, take your dogs out, and then come back and get to work. And immediately the egoic part of my body shot back and was like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to go for the walk.
Yeah.
It just wanted to go eat a bag of cookies.
Yeah.
When you feel that kind of back and forthness within yourself, part of yourself is telling you, hey, it's okay. Go take a walk. You're going to have this right when you get back. It'll make you feel better. And the other part is saying, don't go for a walk. Just go get to work. How do you regulate that?
Yeah, that is something. I love that you're bringing that up, because that's something not only that we've been talking a lot with our son this week, especially, everything's just so busy and chaotic, and it comes with stresses, and he absorbs it like a little sponge. And so not only have we been talking to him about it, but I've been experiencing a lot of this week as well with, when I tune in, my body is saying, you need to spend 30 minutes outside. You need to, and very much to walk down by the water. And the other piece of me says, it's too cold, one, which, relatively speaking, we're in Louisiana, it's too cold, or you don't have time for a walk, or things like that. So this warring between what I know will unlock the other parts that I need unlocked. I have gotten to a place where I have to tell myself that that intuitive voice is the one that knows me the best, and the one that understands my core needs the most. And the other voice is the protective one. It's trying to help me survive, but it doesn't have all of the information. Yeah. And so what I have told, like I said, as we were talking to our son the other day, we were saying, one thing that our brain says is we are not okay. We're in distress. We are stressed out. We are not safe. Things are going too fast. It's too much too fast. But if that's not always the reality, because our brain doesn't always have the information. The brain doesn't always know what the core is trying to say. And I told him, our breath can tell our brain the information that it needs. And so I said, it's kind of like if you're running from a tiger, your breath is going to get shallow, it's going to get quick, and that is going to tell your brain, we are in trouble. We have got to go somewhere. We've got to get out of here. And so if we can help our body take deep breaths and slow down, because we're not really being chased by a tiger. We've just got a busy schedule. And so we're not being chased by a tiger. We're not in danger per se. Let's take our deep breaths. Let's help that part of our body communicate to that part of our brain that we're okay. Then it can unlock those pieces of us that are actually okay. And so anything that can help us breathe deeply, whether it's breathing meditations, whether it's body scans or walks outside, that just the natural exercise of cardio helping us to breathe deeply and communicate, we're okay. That's sort of where we've been existing the last couple of weeks. And what I have to keep remembering too is my body has information that my mind doesn't have, and we've got to get the two communicating.
Okay, now this is really fascinating because I love the science, like where science meets spirituality. Yes. And for all the kids and parents out there, there is a study that was done by a company called HeartMath. And in this study, all these different people were at their own individual computer. And what would pop up on the screen is just one image after another. And these people were hooked up to heart monitors and brain scanners to just kind of monitor inside their body what was happening as these different images were popping up. And some of them were just like horrible images, like a lion attacking another animal. And some of them were just the best images in the whole wide world, like a little puppy curled up with a little kitten. And the scientists were so astounded, just fascinated, because what they found is that the heart knew, the body knew seconds before an image would pop up on the screen. So the body was reacting before the image actually appeared.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. And the body knew whether it was going to be a negative image or a positive image.
Yeah.
So what you were saying before, I want kids to get that on a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
Your body knows what's coming before your mind registers it.
Yeah.
Which is just wild, which is why it's so important to tune in to your physical body. And I'm thinking too, like about soccer players and athletes in any different sport or artists. Your arm might go move to paint a stroke and you don't even know why it's doing it. But sometimes our body just knows before our brain does.
Yeah. It's amazing how many times I find myself, at the end of the day going, I'm trying to think my way out of something that I can only rest my way out of. And so if I am sitting there going, my brain is going 90 to nothing, and I'm processing, trying to solve all of these problems and fix all of any issue that can come up, whether it's real or not. And then I sleep and I wake up and I am entirely resourced in ways that I could have never gotten to in my mind alone, And so even that alone, saying your body knows what it needs, your body knows what you need. And if if we are disconnected from it, if we're not taking time to listen to it, then there's a whole piece of reality that we are missing, and a whole arsenal of resources that we don't have for everyday life.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go through energy healing and an energy healing program like Reiki, or I offer Angel Reiki energy healing programs, um, what what we are taught to do, and I don't just do energy healing for anybody thinking about it out there. We also teach you how to bring through messages from your angels and your intuition and your loved ones on the other side. But you do this body scan. And the way that I was taught how to do this body scan is that you kind of just imagine the outline of your physical body. Sometimes you could do that with your eyes closed, is just kind of get the picture and then close your eyes. And you see the outline of your physical body. And then you just scan and you kind of tune in to what it is that you're feeling. Sometimes people, when they close their eyes, they see different colors. How do you do your brain scan? And can you walk the kids through maybe an example?
Yeah. And I have the book here. Can I read a piece of
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
please. That would be wonderful.
I would. So one of the things so Goodnight Body is now a children's book, but it started as when we were all in lockdown, and I'm pretty sure it was 2020. I was having trouble getting my breathing under control. It didn't really matter how many walks I took. It didn't matter how, I just was really having trouble breathing, and helping my breath help my anxiety. And so I started doing body scanning then. And then I realized that my son was he was absorbing the anxiety. He was absorbing the tension that the world was feeling and that we were translating. And so I decided to make a body scan for kiddos and shared it online. And then it became this book. We expanded it. But one of the things that I realized for myself was I could lay down and go, okay, think about the crown of my head and feel what it's telling me right now, and how do I release any tension that it's having. Think about the skin of my forehead. Is it tightened up? Is it holding tension? Is it holding stress? And how do I release it? And so I would do that. Just think about this area of the body and release the muscle tension, or bring breath into it. That's another way that I've heard it done, and done for myself before too, is how do I imagine as I inhale, bringing my breath into that part of the body. But my son, that wasn't, it's kind of abstract. How do I feel? You say, feel your shoulder. Okay. Then he touches his shoulder with his right hand, and it doesn't quite get the image across, or the goal. And so what we did with Goodnight Body is we said, okay, we need some other ways to help connect, and some other images, some other ideas. And so we say, I'll just read these first couple of pages. It says, hello, body. Hello, dear friend. We've been with each other all day, but sometimes I forget to notice you. Would you like to spend some time together before we fall asleep? First, we need to get out the last wiggles bouncing around inside. Curl up tight like a hedgehog, then burst wide open like a starfish. Do it again. And then, so that, the point of that, if you were going to take it to an adult level, is, okay, tighten everything up to feel it, and then burst open so that your whole body can have some energy coursing through it. But then we start with the scan, and it says, hello, head. May you be light like a cloud. Follow the breeze and float freely above the world. And so the idea of that is, how do we bring this idea of and this feeling of lightness to the top of the head? Invite that very first piece of the body that we're focusing on, to experience, to take the weight off of the shoulders. And then it goes on to say, hello, face. May you be slouchy like a blanket. Smooth any forehead wrinkles and fluff out those cheeks. And so it moves on into giving just tiny little descriptors of what you could do. Okay, I know what a blanket should feel like. How do I make my face feel like a smooth blanket? How do I fluff out my cheeks like pillows? And one of my favorite, and I'll show you this page, it says, hello, hands, may you be wide like sunflowers, open to receive the warmth that life wants to give you. Hello, fingers, may you dance like wind chimes, flutter to the rhythm of your own special song.
Oh, I love that. I've got my hands spaced out. If anybody's watching us over on YouTube, you could see this, but what the picture showed was like hands spaced out as wide as they can, like you're trying to grip a basketball with just one hand, and then you can make your fingers dance by just kind of wiggling them. Ooh, and that helps you feel into your hands.
Yeah, and it was so much fun to think about the imagery that a child can, and a child at heart, for grown-ups can know, okay, I might not be able to grasp the abstract nature of, any given meditation, but I know what a wind chime is.
Yeah.
I know what a blanket is. I know what a hammock is. And so that was fun to create and dream up in that way.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for walking us through that. Britney, can you share where everybody can find you and your book? And just, it's Good Night Body.
Good Night Body, Finding Calm from Head to Toe. I'll hold it up for your YouTube people. Yes, I can. My website is BritneyWynLee.com. And I'm Britney Wynn Lee on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Thank you so much for being here, Britney. I'm just sending you and everybody out here all my love, and maybe one final tip for kids to kind of tune in to their physical bodies. And I know it's all in the book, but maybe when kids are really feeling a lot during the day, what should they stop and do first?
Always go back to the breath. That is our breath is the bridge between whatever circumstance we're finding ourselves in and what our body is wanting to tell us. And so if we are ever at any point feeling disconnected from our body, finding time, space, intention, anything that can help us breathe is going to help us listen a little more to what our bodies are trying to say.
And when you start with breath, everybody does breath work differently.
Yeah.
How do you regulate your breath during those times?
My favorite and my most my default breath exercise is a box, a 4 count. I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, let out for 4, and hold for 4, and then 4 seconds. And I do that over and over again until I feel regulated. And then I might move on to something else. But that tends to be something that my mind can grasp pretty quickly and easily is the box. And I'll just go up 4, hold, down 4, hold.
Let's try it together real quick so that everybody can see it. So if you count for me, I'll breathe in and hold.
That's perfect. Okay. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, perfect. I hope everybody at home was able to try that with us, and definitely check Britney out on her Instagram. And that book sounds amazing. I can't wait to get it for my own kiddo.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Want more episodes? Check out our parent podcast, Angels and Awakening. Beautiful souls, if you're super excited to develop your own intuition, go to theangelmedium.com and become an angel member today. Angel membership is for the whole family. Parents get access to hundreds of hours of past course content, new intuitive development circles, events, small groups, and more. And now kids get access to spiritual workshops, pre-recorded energy healings, and live events just for them. Start today at theangelmedium.com. And if you're the family who's really excited, you're ready to go all in developing all of your unique spiritual gifts, kids ages 14 and up can now enroll in my Angel Reiki School with a parent. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn Reiki energy healing, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and how to start your own family business. That's the Angel Reiki School at theangelmedium.com. Details are in the show notes. Now, do you want to do an exercise with me? Imagine God is pouring unconditional love through the top of your head. This unconditional love fills your body with yummy, shimmering energy from head to toe. So much so that God's love begins to radiate out from your entire body, from your heart, like rays of energy radiating out from the sun. Imagine God's infinite, unconditional love flows from your heart to everyone you love, to everyone in your school, to everyone listening to this podcast, and back to you. Your angels remind you they're always looking out for you, guiding you, directing you, protecting you. Talk to God and your angels all day long and listen to your heart for the positive, loving messages they have just for you.